Oh hey, you're probably wondering why I'm in prison. Well, it's a long story, but it all started a week ago. I was living inside the Ratways underneath Riften with my friend Gian, but he stole my spoon and disappeared. I wasn't angry at Gian, however, I did blame the Empire. So in a drunken fit of rage, I traveled to Whiterun, broke into the Jarl's palace, punched him in the face, and was sentenced to death. Things were not looking good. Waking up in the back of a carriage, I was met by a bunch of criminals.
What are you in for?
I punched the Jarl in the face. What about you?
I kidnapped his son, and he pissed on the Jarl's boots.
And him?
That's the leader of the Stormcloaks, a rebellious group that is currently in a civil war with the Empire and has cost the lives of thousands.
Anyways, arriving at Helgen, one of the criminals made a break for it.
Let me go, I don't want to die.
I was then asked my name.
Who are you?
And I didn't feel like being arrowed to the knee, so I told them my name is Paunch. Watching a dude get executed, it was my turn to lose my head. Does anyone smell lizards? Oh, hey look, a lizard. During the commotion, I managed to escape, but two guards were blocking my path, so I suplexed them and stripped them naked. This is a good time to mention, I'm only allowed to use my fists. Thanks to my new armor, I didn't die when I was nearly electrocuted to death, but because my fists only do 4 damage every hit, I spent a minute 1-2ing the man until he dropped dead. Escaping Helgen, I found a random man, punched him to death, and stole all of his belongings. Traveling to Riverwood, I proceeded to terrorize the local shopkeeper by placing a basket on his wife's head and punching her in the face, stealing from him in plain sight, and breaking into his house.
Oh, they're inside!
But eventually, I managed to sneak into his house and steal all of his belongings. Traveling to Whiterun, I had returned to the scene of the crime and was face to face with the Jarl. But after telling him about the dragons, he seemed to forget that I punched him in the face and even gave me a job. However, before I left, I got violently drunk, hopped on a table like a monkey, and passed out. Where the fuck am I? Anyways, I jumped the stable hill, killed him, and stole his horse. Once I reached Riften, a thief ran up to me and handed me some stolen sword, but I didn't need a weapon, so I returned it to its owner and watched him chase down the thief. Returning to the Ratway, I found Gian and dropped a flaming pot on his head. From Gian, I acquired the Pugilist Gloves, which increase my unarmored damage by 10, and allow me to deal 14 damage with every punch. I then returned to Whiterun, and this is when everything hit the fan. Remember that guy I killed and whose horse I stole? Yeah, well they know it was me. Now, you may be thinking, this is where the story catches up. Don't be foolish. Picklocking the trapdoor, I took back my equipment and re-stole all of my stolen items.
I see no evidence.
Just like that, I escaped prison. I'm looking for the bathroom.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Close the door. Ooh, there's so many of them.
With the guards hot on my trail, I stole a horse and escaped. Traveling to Bleak Falls Barrow, I killed some bandits and quickly disposed of the evidence.
Not very. Oh.
Oh dear.
Inside, I killed more bandits and a giant spider. I found this guy stuck in a spider web, so I freed him, but he didn't say thank you, so I killed him and stole his golden claw. Accidentally waking up a Draugr, I felt bad, so I quickly put him back to sleep and retrieved the Dragonstone. But it was time to face my crimes in Whiterun, so I turned myself in and was taken to jail. That's the story of how I ended up in prison, but I still have a job to complete. So after my sentence was over, I returned the Dragonstone. Upgrading my armor, I required potions. So I placed a kettle on Arcadia's head and stole all of her potions. I detected the scent of dragons. Following the scent, I was led to a tower. Oh hey, a lizard. Anyways, I punched the dragon to death and absorbed its soul. A guard then told me something about being the Dragonborn. I don't know, I wasn't really listening.
You're Dragonborn.
Huh?
Dragonborn.
Whatever. So I spoke to the Jarl, and he told me to climb a giant mountain. But before I left, Lydia asked if she could join my party, so I asked her a very important question. Are you okay with raiding, pillaging, burning down villages, kidnapping orphans, heists, stealing from aforementioned orphans, swindling grandmas out of their life savings, hijacking ice cream trucks, smuggling lizards across borders, pirating movies, counterfeiting money, trespassing, oh, and of course, murder? Climbing the mountain, I talked to a bunch of old dudes who I'm positive have Alzheimer's because they were more interested in fighting the wall than me.
Yeah, you're really getting that wall there, man.
Anyways, they told me to retrieve a horn, so I left and killed 2 people who were in my way. Punching a bunch of Draugr, I spent an unruly amount of time trying to complete the most finicky puzzle of all time, only to end up barbecued and find out that the horn was stolen. So I rented a room in Riverwood and slept until I was woken up. Usually I would have killed and hid the body of anyone who dared disturb me, but she gave me the horn, so I decided not to. She then asked if I wanted to hunt a dragon, but before I could leave, I was attacked by a bunch of thugs. So of course, I punched them.
Hit him from the back!
And I came to a crazy discovery. Remember Arcadia, the potion shop owner I robbed? Yeah, well she knows it was me and sent thugs to kill me. But at the moment, I need to kill a dragon, so Arcadia gets to survive. For now. Once I found the dragon, everyone had left, so I robbed the entire village. Anyway, I went to kill the dragon. Bring it on! No stinking lizard can kill me! But the dragon got away. However, not before summoning another dragon. So I gave it the good old 1-2 good night. With the dragon killed, it was time to take care of some business. On top of killing her, I ransacked her house, stole her gold, and expertly hid her body. Returning to the Greybeards, I woke them up, gently.
Wakey, wakey.
And gave them the horn. But you know what that means. It's time for a training montage. The Greybeards then offered me a little something to increase my power, but I'm pretty sure they just drugged me. Where am I? Why am I naked? Delphine then asked if I wanted to commit a heist, and of course, I said yes.
The plan is simple.
The plan is...
Excuse me, this is my heist.
The plan is simple. I'll be in and out without anyone knowing. First, I get inside the building. This is where Malburn comes in. By giving Malburn my equipment, he can smuggle it inside the building, but I won't be going in naked. Delphine will supply clothes along with an invitation to the party. From there, it's as simple as walking in and acting natural. But to sneak away, I'll need a distraction, so I punch someone in the face. That's when I'll retrieve my items and be free to roam the halls unnoticed.
Huh?
But it's alright. There's no way the rest of them know I'm here. That's when I'll steal the book, and me and Malburn will escape through a trap door. You got this, Malburn! Yeah, Malburn died. Any whoosies, I brought the book to Delphine, and the heist was complete.
Where's Malborn?
I returned to the Ratways and escorted Esbern to Delphine. Leaving to discover the secret to killing Alduin, I spent all of my gold by purchasing a dog. Vigilance, do you swear to follow me to death? I assume that's a yes. Oh, and a horse. At the temple, I discovered Dragon Wren, a secret shout. So I asked the Greybeards about it, and they didn't know. So I asked to speak to their manager. Climbing to the top of the mountain, it turns out their manager was a dragon, but he was chill, so I let him live. He also told me to find the Elder Scroll, so I traveled to the College of Winterhold and found some guy living in the middle of nowhere. But it turns out he knows where the Elder Scroll is. So you know what that means. It's time for a heist.
Oh!
This heist sucks, so I ran for my life and stole the Elder Scroll. But before I used the Elder Scroll, I required more healing potions.
Said you got here just before the execution.
Oh!
Must have been a lovely
So I returned to the mountain and read the Elder Scroll. Whoa, I didn't sign up for this! And learned Dragon Rend, just in the nick of time too, because Alduin attacked. Fight! Yeah, this fight sucks, because if the fucking dragon doesn't kill you, the fiery rocks from outer space will. Anyways, after punching Alduin for 20 minutes, he left. But I wasn't going to give up. So to locate Alduin, I would need to interrogate one of his subordinates. So to make sure everyone was on board, I held a summit, but I got bored. So I chugged a bunch of wine, punched them in the face, and passed out on the table. What? Oh, not again. Once the summit was over, it was time to trap a dragon. So I called him. Hey, you might want to move. Oh, God. You're going to be fine. You shall do nothing against me. Ah! Anyway, I trapped the dragon and he agreed to fly me to Alduin. So I told the guards to let him free. Free the dragon.
What?
With the dragon freed, we flew off into the sunset. The sunset's in the other direction. Flying me to a portal, I hopped in and was transported to Sovngarde. Now you may be wondering, what is Sovngarde? Well, it's the afterlife. Honestly, I could have saved like 2 hours by just... Anyways, I punched some guy blocking my path and met a bunch of dead people who offered to help me jump Alduin. So we yelled at the sky to clear some fog and Alduin appeared. This time around, the fight was much easier. But I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't know if I'm even hitting him here, because my fists don't really look like they're hitting him. But I killed Alduin and was transported back to the real world. Thank you to the members of the channel. If you have enjoyed the video, watch another one, because that's how YouTube knows my videos are good, so click on this one here. But there's still one thing left to do. The Jarl. I haven't forgotten how he threw me in prison, so it's time to get revenge. Hello, Jarl.